leave it open for all of you to share whatever your thoughts or whatever questions you have, maybe specifically about your schedule or whatever is going on, because you never know. And please ask, because 100%, if you are thinking it, someone else is thinking it, and they will benefit from it. Or they will not even realize that they had that question, and they'll be like, oh yeah, oh, I had a light that I was going to use if it was too dark. Nah, I'm not going to use it. Okay. So the first question that I got, so I've kind of been keeping a list of like the most updated people, and it was, okay, I asked if you could use I asked if other Beachbody On Demand workouts could be done on the 80-day plan, and you said yes. So will the eating schedule and calorie calculation still be something that will work for her? So yes. Now I think you need to be like wise about that. Like T25, it's only 25 minutes and it's only cardio. So something to remember about 80-day obsession, like the program, the plan, is that it is like incredibly like scientific, right? So it's like, sorry, I started and everybody's jumping on right now. So sorry. I'm just answering a question that someone asked if they could do another Beachbody On Demand workout and seeing if the calorie calculation would still work for them. So like it is made for, like the eating plan is made to build muscle and burn fat, okay? If you're not lifting weights, you're not necessarily going to build that muscle, right? I don't know if you guys have ever kind of seen, or maybe you're one of these people who like just do cardio. That's it. You're just a cardio type of gal. Well, your body is not going to look the same as someone that lifts weights, right? So just keep that in mind as you're kind of perusing on Beachbody On Demand. If you're like, oh, I want to do something different or something shorter, maybe look for some type of weightlifting program. There's a ton of different ones. You can go to Beachbody On Demand and categorize like you can do like yoga, weights, cardio. Now, for example, if it is cardio day, and you're like, man, I really want to do something else, I'm always going to tell you to do the beach or the 80-day obsession workouts, because I think that they are the best of the best, like genuinely. But like, I totally get that not everybody can do an hour a day. And I also want to encourage you and remind you that the food plan that you're eating, it is a lot of like volume of food, but it is not a ton of calories, right? So like think about broccoli. Like a cup of broccoli is a large amount of food, but the calories for broccoli is a whole lot different than, the calories of your, like peanut butter. Like honestly, a tablespoon of peanut butter is probably more calories than a cup of broccoli, but yet the cup of broccoli is going to be so much more food and fill up your stomach. If you stick to this meal plan, all that you will be eating is good, nourishing food. And for lack of a better word, I not really want to say bad words, but if you half-ass this meal plan, you're going to get half-ass results. You just are. Just to be clear. Okay, the second question I got was, I want to push myself, but I'm scared to death to do the 80-day obsession workouts after hearing about how hard they are. I'm so out of shape, and I feel like it's hard. I feel like it's too hard. I'll get discouraged. Does this make any sense? I hope so. I know you'll guide me, but I want to make sure I'm prepared. So the thing about 80-day obsession, so there's 3 phases, okay? And each phase sort of repeats itself over the next 4 weeks. You do different amounts of sets and you do different amounts of reps, but for the 4 weeks, it's kind of, you'll recognize it, right? So every time each week, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this from the last couple of weeks. So it's buildable. My mother-in-law, she was not experienced at all. Okay. She had just kind of started to go in the gym. She was just kind of doing like her same usual like routines. She was like, I want to give this a go. So she stuck with the modifier the whole time. The modifier is always the person on the right. Okay. And it was super difficult for her. Now it was buildable. Like, remember, you can always pause it. You can always like take a second. You don't have to, I think you need to think through like, okay, I might not be able to do it all perfect, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. You might need to do it without any weights at all, right? And that's totally fine. Now my mother-in-law is doing it again, and she is doing it without modifying it at all and using like a little bit lighter weights than she was when she was modifying it. And she's like, oh my gosh, this workout is like a totally different workout because I'm not modifying anymore. So I just want to encourage you that like when you do week 1, you might feel like, oh, this is really, really difficult. But then week 2, it's going to feel a little bit easier. And week 3 and week 4, and then you might start over again for phase 2, and they're going to build on top of each other. This is third question is, how am I going to eat all this food? I'm so concerned about it. I'm 52, so I don't eat as much as I used to because I don't believe that my metabolism is the same as a 20-something. I was surprised to calculate by weight and not by age. Anyone near my age? Yes. Well, first of all, my mom is almost 60 and does this plan and eats all this food, and she's just fine. I think that actually what happens, I do think that your metabolism slows down for sure, but I don't really think it's necessarily the amount of food that you need to change. I think it's more of the type of foods that you need to change. And I also think that when you undereat, I think that that's 10 times worse than overeating, because your body is actually holding on to things, right? So it thinks that it's like in starvation mode type of thing. And it's going to hold on because it doesn't know like the next time it's going to get anything. It does feel like a lot of food, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, and can you believe that people even think that being on a meal plan is like too much food? That never happens, right? It's usually like not enough food. So this is an awesome blessing. But I just really want to remind you that this is truly a science. Like the amount of containers at the times of day that with the workouts, it works. It's proven over and over again. I don't know if you saw my webinar, but there was a girl that was 62 on there that was just like had incredible results. So just trust the process. And then another thing that I like to tell people is like this is 3 months of your whole life. Okay, 3 months. For the last, I don't know, 25 years, like what have you been doing? This is going to take a while to kind of like reverse whatever's been happening or lose the weight that you've been gaining or whatever that looks like. But this is 3 months out of your entire life. Like you can commit to something to try it out. If this doesn't work for you, by all means, let's find something else that works better for you for sure. But I need you to commit to 3 months before you can make that decision, before you can decide and say, okay, this isn't for me, or it doesn't work for me, or whatever your situation is. But I feel like so many people get a week in or 2 weeks in, and they have all these issues, whether it's too much food or their workouts are too hard or whatever. And I'm like, hey, you can commit to 3 months. Even if you do like put on a couple of pounds, take some progress pictures, because I can bet you money that your inches have melted, but maybe you put on a little bit of muscle, and that's a good thing. So don't be obsessed with the scale. Don't be obsessed with the time frame. Just focus on the habits that you're creating, because over time, there's going to be a huge difference, I promise. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to let you guys, you can either unmute yourself. I would like for you to unmute yourself and just kind of talk. I've never done a Q&A like this before. I usually just kind of like talk, but I really want to be a little bit more interactive with everybody. So go for it. And please don't be shy. And I am going to put the slide on. But have you guys had a chance to look at the material? Like if you haven't read the material and watched the prep video, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Hello, can someone just say yes, they've read it, or no, they haven't?
Hey, I've read it.
You have? Okay, awesome. What's like the first thing that's coming to your mind that you're like, oh, I'm nervous about this, or I'm scared about this, or what?
Just like my work schedule and getting
Okay,
up
tell me about your work schedule.
So I usually get up like around 6, drive to work, leave around 7. It takes me an hour to get to work downtown, and then I leave at 5 and get home at 6 at night. And then I try to go to bed early, and so I just want to make sure that I can fit everything in.
Yeah, so you are going to wake up and do your workouts?
Yeah, I really want to. And I've really been trying to like figure out how to be a morning person, so I feel like this is going to help too.
Yep, totally. And you say you usually leave your house at 6?
Yes. Or no,
Okay,
I
yeah.
usually wake up like by 6 and leave my house
Oh,
by
okay.
7 to be at work.
Oh, okay. You can totally do this. I say I say that like it's easy because I'm used to waking up early, but it will definitely be a huge adjustment for you. It might be like a 5 a.m. wake up call for sure. And I think that another thing for you that you need to think through is like, okay, do you have a really long day like that and you're kind of worried about timing? So you eat every 2 to 3 hours. You can stretch it to every 3 hours if you need to. That's what I would do in the really, really early mornings and kind of later nights. I would stretch it as long as I could. I think the most important time is the workout block. So remember the pre-workout meal and the post-workout meal. That's when you're fueling yourself before and recovering after. That is like the most important timing. Of course, it's important to kind of eat, every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day, just to like keep you stable. But really make sure that workout block is on point as much as it can be.
Okay.
What do you do? What's your job?
I work for orthopedic surgeons at a hospital.
Okay. So you're like on call, like running around like crazy.
Yeah. Just like triaging patients and basically doing whatever.
I have a lot of nurses that have done this and they work like 12-hour shifts and it can totally be done. It's definitely something that's going to be a huge adjustment and just a commitment, but it is capable. You're capable. I promise you.
Awesome.
Another question that I had was about containers. Like, hey, can I move my containers around? Like, can I, have, I don't know, like my carb at night, even though I'm not supposed to have my carb at night or whatever. I really want you guys to just commit to the plan the way it's supposed to be committed to, right? So just the way it's supposed to be for at least like a week, okay? I was somebody who did not want to wake up early and eat first thing. That like really bothered me. I did not want to do that. But I was like, you know what? Maxie, you need to get off your high horse. You need to just like commit, do this. And I'm so glad I did because I totally understand why that was so important now. In the moment, I was so reluctant to do that. So just try it. Like I said, these people who've created this are incredibly qualified and talented, and it works. It's the way I've been eating since January of this year, and I can't get enough of it. You will be addicted. If you can do this for 3 days, you will understand it. Like that will make sense for you. You will feel so good and you'll never look back, I think. Anybody else? Has anyone not read the material?
I haven't really read it.
Okay, so we're talking Spanish. Are we talking Spanish to you right now?
I haven't read it. I guess I'm confused. Where do you read it at?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm questioning that too.
Okay, so did y'all get like so the link to this call, where did you get this link? From the Virtual Wellness Studio or from my email?
Your email.
Okay, so the link to this email or the link to this call, that has an email full of everything. So if you go back to that email, I'm going to my email right now to find it. It has links in it. So it's like the prep video is here, the whatever video is here. Hang on a second. I'm going to just like resend it to y'all because it's important that you have it. So if you got this link, then you should have everything. It takes some time to so I talk about it through video, but then also I show where everything is located in Beachbody On Demand. Let's see. So it says next steps. Yeah, it's the next steps. I'm just going to send it to you right now. Because y'all need that. So basically you are going to, it's just so much easier to kind of have one prep video that I use over and over again because it is just easy. It's just so much easier to explain it that way. You're just going to need to sit down and like the first time I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm going to prep all my food or whatever. I had papers everywhere, I had my containers everywhere, I had my meal plans everywhere. I was like Hot Mess Express, you know what I mean? I had my food list, I had everything. But once you got it, once you understand what you spend and invest just a little bit of time on the front end, it is going to be so easy. Basically, when you meal prep, this is what I do that is so, and if you watch my Instagram, you know this. Now I'm at a point where I know how much we need for Austin and I to both do this plan. It takes a couple of weeks to kind of figure out your grocery list, but I know exactly how many vegetables I need, exactly how much protein I need, and exactly how many different carb sources I need. I make all of them separately. I'm not making meals, right? I make them all separately. And then when I'm ready to pull my containers together, I just go into the fridge, I pull out the vegetables, I pull out the proteins, I pull out the carbs if I need them, and I just put them in a container and I pack that with me to go to work or wherever I'm going. I don't really make them ahead because that just like grosses me out for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. And that's the best way, I think. So yeah, go back and listen to this material, read the material, and you're going to come back and be like, oh, I know what she's talking about now. I really want to encourage you guys to do a little obsessed. I don't know when y'all are, like, everyone can start whenever they feel like ready, you know? If you have not read anything, I would plan on starting next Monday. Honestly, I would. Like, just start the fresh week over. Like, take some time every night this week just to kind of look things over, watch the video, go to Beachbody On Demand and look at the program materials. And then start a little obsessed, which is just a 5-day program. There's just 30-minute workouts, but that is going to be your practice week. You're going to mess up a lot. You're going to not do the timing right. You're not gonna, maybe you might miss some containers. I don't know, but that's okay. That's going to be your practice week. If you can get through 1 week where you're just practicing, that next week when you're ready to do the full 80 days, you just go all in and it'll be much easier. Gosh, I had so many emails, but y'all are so quiet when I want you to start talking.
I have 2 questions.
Awesome. Go for it.
The first one, my schedule's not going to be the same every day because of the baby doing preschool. Is that okay that I'm not going to be eating the same every single day?
Totally fine. Totally fine. What's just important is that your your workout block, like the way you eat, like a couple hours before and a couple hours after, that is kind of what's important. But it's okay if that workout time is at different times of the day. It's totally fine. Yes. I worked out at different times too. Yep.
Okay. And then the other one, I had emailed you because when we moved, I had said we just kept getting like all of this free pre-workout stuff. So I have a bunch of it.
That's right. I'm so jealous of you, by the way. What the heck? So basically she had moved, and I guess the person's house that she moved to didn't cancel their auto ship of pre-workout. And so she got, how many containers did you get?
I have
like
either 6 or 9 from that.
I'm like, oh my gosh, why couldn't I have moved there?
Now I'm really excited about it. At first, I just kind of felt bad, but now, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So when I signed up for this plan, I did the one that didn't come with the pre-workout. So should I get so that means I didn't get like the recovery stuff either. Mm-hmm. Should I get a different type of protein to make like a protein shake still, since I didn't get that?
I'm so weird about protein because I have been through so many different kinds. I would suggest trying the Recover one, the Beachbody one first, just because it has 3 really important things. It has glutamine, it is BCAAs, it is protein, and it doesn't have artificial sweeteners. Like, those are like almost impossible to find together. And it's like a whey protein. It's a quick absorbing protein that is just ideal for post-workout. So I can't confidently recommend one to you. I can really only confidently recommend that one.
Okay.
I don't want to get one and then regret it because you hate it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else? This is really like your time with me, so I really want to encourage you to take advantage as much as you can.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
As far as almond milk, like you use unsweetened almond milk in your shakes, does that count as any of the containers, or is that just kind of like a free thing? Or
So it's supposed to count as a teaspoon of nut butter, and I kind of just, oh, my light just died. Sorry, guys. I know it didn't. I kind of just found that out, like kind of recently. Okay, it's dead. I don't know why I missed that somehow. I have not been counting it as anything because it's like 30 calories. And I kind of was like, okay, I just want to use it. That y'all can use that at your discretion. I use it as nothing. I don't count it. I only use 1 cup. And if I need any more liquid, I do either cold brew, which is 0 calories, or water. But it's totally up to you. I have a friend that uses water and just shakes it up and loves it that way. I don't really want it that way. So that's how I do it. But what I do have to say about Shakeology, and something that I feel like I've shared this before, I can never remember what I've shared where, so I just share it more than once. You're really going to have to figure out what works for you. Like, I have found the perfect combination for me, like the cafe latte, half of banana, cold brew, nut, like I have found it. But I've done a lot of trial and errors. There was a long time that I did chocolate and frozen cherries, and I still love that. I just don't love it as much as my new combination. So just know that, like, if you try it with raspberries, be like, hey, like that, but I'm going to try something else just to make sure. Try it with banana, try it with strawberries, whatever, to figure out your combo. And that's definitely something. And I think with like another reason why I love this Time Nutrition meal plan is because I'm not like gravitated towards shakes, right? I've never been a shake person. I love to eat my food. But if it is on my schedule to have it 1 o'clock every single day, I'm going to have it at 1 o'clock every single day. Same with my other like fruits and vegetables and proteins. If it is on my calendar, like, okay, at 10:30, your post-workout meals, ground turkey, whatever, I'm going to follow through with that. And just being disciplined in that, I've learned the way you feel your body throughout the entire day is so important. I don't know about you, but I feel like I used to like not eat at the beginning of the day and just like eat whatever because I hadn't had much earlier that day. And just the like crash and the bloating, it just is not worth it. So I'm so excited for you guys to try this way of eating. It's changed my life. I see Mary Alice is on here. I thought she was. Hang on. Yes, she is. Mary Alice, she is in her 40s. I just answered a question about someone being in their 50s. Mary Alice, they were really nervous about eating a lot of food being in their 50s. Also, Mary Alice is a true like thyroid disease overcomer. She has lost she just chatted. She said, hey, she has overcome thyroid issues, like literally from this plan. I'm not even kidding you. She's lost like 30 or 40 pounds, something ridiculous. 40. Yeah, she looks incredible, and she's in her 40s. So if you have a question about like thyroid stuff, I know that, and hormones and all that, Mary Alice is definitely your person. Anyone else?
Can I ask a question about like a specific food? Is that okay?
Absolute, girl. This is like y'all's time. You whatever your little heart desires, you just go for it.
So for breakfast, I will try to eat like hard-boiled eggs, but I don't eat the yolk, which is really weird to some people, but yolks make me sick. That's so how would I calculate, because it says on like the food plan 2 large eggs.
Yep.
So can I just fit like the egg whites, like cut them up and put them into the container?
So egg whites, it's actually like 8 eggs for the whites. It's considered 1 protein. It's a lot, I think. Let me go back. I know. I remember seeing that and being like, dang, that's a lot of food. Let me double check. It's on the food list. Guys, that food list, I actually just referred to it yesterday when I was making my grocery list. Like, I use it all the time, mostly for like inspiration, or just things that I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that vegetable. I'm going to try that vegetable. Let me see. Nutrition. Here, I'll share my screen so I can show you guys what I'm doing, actually. So I'm on Beachbody On Demand right here, and I'm going to program materials for 80 Day Obsession. I'm going to nutrition. I'm going to food list. I'm going to the reds right here. And let's see. Eggs, yeah, 8 large egg whites.
Okay.
I know. It's a lot. You're going to go through a lot of eggs. You need to do some of those yolks. I don't know what you would do with them.
Every time I do it, I think like I should probably find somebody who really likes egg yolks. But
Yeah. Gosh, I love them so much.
Thank you.
Or you could do you ever cook your egg whites?
Not really, just because I put a ton, like I'll put like a whole thing of eggs in my Instant Pot at once.
Yeah.
And then I put them in the fridge, and I'll just like crack them and slice them open when I'm getting ready for breakfast.
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of eggs, but at least you get a lot of food, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all have any questions about Reese Day? Do you understand Reese Day? I can just show that while I'm sitting here. So it's every, once you get through the first phase, it's every 2 weeks. And basically you just eat more food and of different kinds of food to kind of restore your glycogen. So this S right here, I don't know, of supplemental, that's what it stands for, supplemental yellow. So for like your carbs, you get to supplement them with like a white bagel or like vanilla wafers. That's what I chose. I love vanilla wafers. They were so good. Also, you can do, let's see, these Fixate desserts recipes, which you can go, this is all in the prep video on Beachbody On Demand. You go to Fixate recipes. I did the flourless chickpea brownies, and I had those literally for breakfast on my Reese days. I'm not even kidding you. They were so good. So yeah, Reese days are everything. They're kind of like a cheat day, but it's like a controlled cheat day. Very controlled. Anyone else?
I have a scheduling question.
Yep, go for it.
I stay at home with my kids, my 2 twin girls. They wake up at 7 in the morning, and I really want to do my workout before that.
I agree. I totally agree.
So I get kind of like what you were saying when I first joined and you were giving her the advice. I'd like to work out at like 5:45, but I'm not a morning eater either. So that's
I know. I know. It's so weird. I mean, like when I was working my job and I had to do that, I was eating at literally like 4:30 sometimes. I mean, it was crazy. But now I'm like such a morning person and I love it and I can't get enough of it type of thing. So I just want to encourage you to just like try it. And remember, you can switch your pre-workout meal with your Shakeology.
Okay.
Like you can if you're more of like a shake person, have your shake first. Okay. And then your pre-workout meal will replace your Shakeology meal. I love breakfast food so much. Like I legitimately dream about it.
Well, I do too. So
I love it. So that I didn't really want to give that up. And plus my shake is such a treat in the afternoon. It just like really helps me. I look forward to it. I get a burst of energy. So it's different for everybody. Everybody's totally different. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Maybe you can nap. You can nap when your twins nap. Do they nap?
Yeah, they do.
That's what I would do. I would nap when they nap.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else? So y'all feel totally good, ready to go.
I have to read everything first, but
yeah, but you'll feel good. If y'all want, will y'all just put in the chat box when you plan on starting? Like, is it tomorrow? Is it next week? Just so not everybody's like talking at the same time. Okay, 13th. Awesome. I think that's when most of everybody should start, if I'm being totally honest. A little obsessed tomorrow. Okay, perfect. If you feel good about it, I'm looking at my calendar right now. Next Monday, tomorrow, awesome. Okay. Yeah, a little obsessed is also a great time to get in the virtual wellness studio. Oh, perfect. Okay. Is a great place to get in the virtual wellness studio and ask questions, like as you're going through it, and you'll be like, oh, I don't know, just ask, email me. I mean, the best place, honestly, is a virtual wellness studio because everybody has done it in there and they know what they're doing. And honestly, people are experts in there and they know everything. Perfect. Awesome. Practice week. So Megan, practice week begins. Okay, yeah. So don't start until next week, Megan, if your practice isn't here yet. It's going to be different depending on when people ordered, when people looked at their information, and read all their material and stuff. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Well, if there's anything else that comes up in your brain, that little brain of yours, you can just post or email me, whatever is easy. I would prefer you to post in there just because my emails get clogged up and it's just hard for me to get to all of them sometimes. But if it's a personal thing, I totally get that. Email me, no big deal. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm excited for tomorrow because it's a fresh week, fresh day for me. And I'm going to be right on board with you guys eating at 4:30 a.m. Absolutely. Absolutely. So excited for you guys. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.